Hello explorers, welcome back. So we're gonna do savings challenges. It is savings challenge day. Okay. So let's see how much we have left after we did games yesterday. So we have 50, 120, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 2, 2, 5, 10, 15, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Did I do that correctly? Yeah. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67. 267 is... Okay. That's a lot more than I thought we were going to have left. I think because last week we spent so much money on games that we just didn't have much for challenges, and this week we had a lot for both. So, whoop. All right, so let's get into this. Let's see what kind of damage we can do on some of these challenges. I would love to be able to finish a challenge, but I don't think that's happening today. But that's okay. So let's start off right away with this one because I'm very excited. We are going to do 2 weeks worth in this one because of how much money we have. Well, technically it's 4 weeks worth since I do 2 weeks anyways. So we have 50. Let me grab some ones. Let's see here. I know there were some really nasty ones in here. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to do another week. So let's see, where did those really gross ones go? 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness, excuse me. I am so sorry. Okay. So, and if you're new here, I have figured out that, well, not folding it in half, that's not going to work. I have figured out that rather than doing the 52-week challenge, which is what this is, rather than doing like $1 on week 1, $2 on week 2, and then when you get to like week 52, you're doing $52. $1 on week 1 was just a waste for me because I have more in my budget than that. So I decided instead, if I even it out and do week 1 and week 52 together, that's $53. I can budget $53 a week, no problem. Then for week 2, I do week 2 and week 51. That's another $53. And so I've averaged it out that if I do the highest and the lowest of each one, so that basically I'm starting at the week 1 and week 52, and each week I'm doing the highest or the lowest that's left and the highest that's left, and I'm working my way to the middle. That averages to $53 each week, and then you cut the time in half that it will take you to get this done. If that's in your budget. If it's not in your budget, don't do it that way. But it was in my budget, and I have a lot of big goals this year, so I didn't feel like, for me, it just didn't make sense wasting an entire year doing a challenge that didn't need to take me an entire year to do. Now, last year, when my finances were a hot mess and I was brand new to cash stuffing and I was learning, this would have been the perfect challenge for me because there were weeks that I only had $1. When I first started, I was in debt. My bills were behind. And so this challenge, I wish I would have done it last year because it would have been perfect. Because when I first started, I would have only been able to do $1 in the week 1 and $2 in the week 2. But by the end of the year, I definitely had worked my way up to being able to do $52. And so I think in that sense, if you're new to cash stuffing, or even if you're not new and you're just maybe starting over, or maybe you're just not there yet, this is great for that. Because you're starting small, and as your finances get better week by week, you're able to put more money into it, which is the way that this is designed. And so in that sense, I really think this is a great challenge. Whether you're a beginner or maybe something has happened with your finances and you just can't do a lot each week, this is great. But then if you are a little more established with your finances the way that I now am, you can still do it and just adapt it to you. That's the great thing about cash stuffing, is that you can make it your own. Even if you buy a scratch off from somebody and it's not necessarily what you need it to be, there's nothing wrong with adjusting that scratch off or adjusting any challenge so that it fits your needs. Don't stretch yourself thin trying to do something the way that it's supposed to be done, when you can just as easily adjust it and make it work for you. You guys see that a lot in my collab pay videos. A lot of times I will roll a dice to multiply them because I have a lot more money in collab pay, because it doesn't pay bills, it doesn't pay for our food, our groceries, our gas. It doesn't pay for all of that. It's really just fun money that we put towards travel and things like that, and business expenses. So I have a lot more of it to work with, and so I make challenges work for me. I roll a dice, I multiply it, and then you have paycheck where I don't have that kind of money. So I, a lot of times, can adjust those as well. Maybe I scratched off a 15, but I can't put 15. So instead I'll add that 5 and that 1, and I'm going to do the lower income version and put in $6. So there's always a way to adjust a challenge. If you love a challenge, there's always a way to adjust it to make it fit for you. And that is always going to be smarter than stretching yourself thin to try and do a challenge the way that it was designed to be done. I promise you, no cash stuffer, no cash budgeter, no challenge creator is ever going to fault you for changing their challenge to work for you. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Yes, I was reminded to print these out, and I still did not print these out. So there's that. I was doing orders, and one of my girls on TikTok was like, hey, don't forget to print your Yahtzee and the January challenge, like reprint them. And I was like, oh, I know, I'm gonna do it. Guess what I did not do? I did not print it. So there's that. But we're gonna put 24 into this. 21, 2, 3, 4. This one goes to my CD ladder. I don't actually have a CD ladder yet, but I have all the money sitting in a high yield savings for a few months from now. I'll be able to start my CD ladder. I just don't want to lock money away just yet because our finances are kind of changing. So we have 20, 40, 50, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 71, and 2. So until I know what that's going to look like, because we are looking at purchasing a truck, and I just know that that bill is going to be high, and then insurance for it is going to be high. I just don't feel comfortable locking my money into a CD at this time. But I still want to be ready for it. I don't want to just not save it all for it. So this one, actually we are going to finish a challenge. We're going to finish this one this week. This one was a freebie from Janelle Ray Budgets. It came with an order I had placed with her. And so to finish this, I need 3, that's 5, 10, $15. So we're going to finish this one. So I will be right back. Okay, and my gold marker has definitely bit the dust. So we're going to put 10 and 15 in here. So now in this one, it brought us in 10, 20, 30, $40. Why did I think that I made this 50? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Okay, $40. Sounds good. So we will reallocate that right now, and that is going into sinking funds. I'm sorry, we'll reallocate that once we're done cash stuffing all of these. All right, so this one is shut the box. This, well, let's do the scratch offs first, and then we'll come back to Liz's. So we got 11. So in the last couple videos, I've talked to you guys about some changes that I was thinking of making, like getting rid of the paycheck video, getting rid of the budgeting video for paycheck. And I think there was a misunderstanding. A lot of people were talking about the fact that they don't want me to stop filming. I would not stop filming. I'm still going to do collab. I'm still going to do games. I'm still going to do savings challenges. I'm still going to do bill savings. I'm still going to do my Etsy pay, my YouTube pay, my husband's Twitch pay. I'm still going to do the Christmas binder. Like, all of those are still going to be here. The only videos that would be eliminated would be paycheck and budgeting for paycheck, because those are very repetitive. Since my husband is salaried. Now, it's not a guarantee I'm going to get rid of that. It's just something I'm thinking about. If I get rid of it, I will replace it with a new video. The new video would be, what my thought process is, because my other issue, let's count this really quick. 20, 30, 40, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 56, we are not quite halfway done with this one yet. And this is going into my personal care. I'm probably going to put it into nails. So we would not, let's go ahead and scratch this one. We're doing $8 into little Nenny Girl's birthday. One of the issues that I had brought up in another video was the Japan binder. And I think there was a little misunderstanding there too. I got so many great ideas and I absolutely loved them. But several of the recommendations were, well, just put this one aside and cash stuff for other things in the meantime and then come back to this one. So the issue is, like, yes, that is definitely an option, and that was my first thought, but the problem is I have approximately $2,000 sitting in that binder towards Japan. And what I was saying is that I have more immediate financial needs. And so $2,000 is a lot of money to just have sitting there when I have other areas that I could be putting it. However, if I take the $2,000 out of there, I have a couple of options. I either just completely pull it now and don't complete those challenges, and then from there I can either put that money directly into the high yield savings for the things that I need, like that are more immediate needs or more immediate things that I'm saving for, or I can recash stuff that money into a binder for those things that I want to save for. Now, here's where the struggle comes in there. I do not like to recycle money that way. Like, I'm all about taking a small challenge and cash stuffing a small challenge into a larger goal, like a larger challenge. But in that sense, it would be taking all of the challenges from that binder and cash stuffing them into just basically another version of that binder for something different. So I'm not huge on that. However, the things that I want to save for, I do want to cash stuff for. I don't want to just take that money and put it into a high yield for those things. Like, I could do that, but I could also do that with any of my money, if that makes sense. What I mean by that is, okay, so there's $2,000 in that we're just rounding out. I don't think there's quite that much. But let's just say there's $2,000 in that Japan binder. I easily could have just taken that $2,000 from the very beginning and put it into a high yield savings wherever I needed it to go. But the whole point is that we cash stuff for the things that we are saving for, because it makes saving fun. So I feel like if I just take that $2,000 out of that binder and then put it into a high yield savings for my new, let's just say my new immediate need is a Disney trip. It's not, but let's just say it is. Sure, I could take the $2,000 out of that Japan binder and just put it into a high yield savings labeled Disney, but that's not fun. The fun is saving for those things, and doing challenges towards those things. But it's a catch-22, because I either take it out of that binder, put it into a high yield savings labeled Disney, and then I haven't like recycled that money, or which, because it's a big no-no in the cash stuffing community to recycle money. I have no problem with somebody else doing it whatsoever. I've done it, like I said, when I have small challenges and I put it into big challenges, that's technically considered recycling. I personally consider it stepping stones. You have to meet small goals to help you with your big goals type of thing. In this case, that would not be the situation. I would literally be taking the $2,000 and Either putting it directly into a high yield savings labeled Disney, which is not fun, defeats the purpose of cash stuffing, or I take that $2,000 out and I re-cash stuff it all over again into a Disney binder, and then I feel like you guys just watched me save this money for no reason, and then I feel like me cash stuffing it into a Disney binder is pointless. And the reason I say pointless is because this isn't new money I've saved. I already saved this money once. So you would basically be watching me save it again. And I don't feel right about doing that either. So that's where I feel stuck with what to do with the Japan binder. For the time being, I have decided I'm going to keep cash stuffing in the Japan binder, because I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to complete it. Just maybe not cash stuff it as frequently. Currently, I don't need those funds. I don't need them right now. So for right now, I'm okay to keep cash stuffing as though that's going to go towards Japan. So in Lennox's, we have 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, $20. We are $5 away from being halfway done with hers. So that was kind of my thought process there. Now, what I've decided to do, when I brought it up to you guys about like the fact that, I didn't know what to do, that was very early on I was thinking way far ahead. I knew that eventually I was going to need that money, and so I needed to come up with a plan ahead of time. Now, I do not need that money right now. Give me 1 second. We put 11 in here. We're going to put a $7 star because we have to end on an even number. These stars do not want to come off for me. There we go. So we're going to put 18 in there. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Oh no, I was supposed to put a 5 in there. I put a 7. Okay, give me 1 second. I gotta take 2 ones. This is not a big deal. We can figure this out. I gotta take 2 ones and buy a $2 bill. Fixed it. So we should have 18 now. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, $18. And that's going into this. So we have 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34. So we have 34 of I believe a $100 challenge. So anyways, I do not need that money right away. I didn't need the money right away when I brought it up to you guys, but I was looking for a solution ahead of time. Because I know that that's going to be happening. Since I don't need that money right now, and I do have money still coming in, I've decided I'm going to continue to cash stuff the Japan binder, but I'm going to do it much more leisurely. So it's not going to be every time I do a collab pay video, it's going in there. So what I've decided to do is create a whole second collab pay binder. So we'll have the Japan binder, and maybe we only cash stuff that like once a month. And then we will have I think what I'm going to do is a Disney binder. Let me do this. $9. I can handle $9. This one I think is going to go into nutrition and supplements, which is a new sinking fund category that I need. My husband pointed out we need one for that. I love that he's starting to get involved and like he understands. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, because he was like, hey, what are we gonna I need to get some supplements. Like, I don't know where we would take, do you know where we would take that from? Like, what would that come from? And I was like, that's a good point. So he was like, I think we need to make a category for that. 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 of a $100 challenge. I feel like I'm all over the place because I'm trying to do challenges and talk to you guys about like a major plan. But let's finish up the challenges and then we can talk some more. I am looking for, this. Okay, so we are doing 20, 30, 40, 50. Why did I put this away? We need this. 50. Okay, so hold on. The highest one on here is, I think it's 48. Yes, so 20, 30, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48. I feel like I messed up somewhere because I have a lot more money left than I'm supposed to. And I went over on like oh, I didn't go back and do Liz's. Okay, well, let's put the 48 into here. That's what happens when I go out of order. So that goes into here. We're putting 48. We're doing the highest one available. We're not going to count this because I'm going to come back and do a second one in just a second. I'm just going to outline this because I need to get a new marker. $48. Okay. So we're going to do another $8 one in here. Nothing massive, just $8, but that's okay. We're going to do that $8 one up there. So now we can count this. So now in Save 2024 in 2024, we have 100, 200, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 300, 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. 337, which is fantastic. So let's put this away. And we'll put this away. And then we're going to put $20 into Liz's challenge because I really want to try and get this one done fairly soon-ish. Mainly because my sinking funds are struggling right now. So let's do $7. And 14. And 20. Okay, so that's $20. So now in Liz's challenge, we have 10, 20, 30, $40. And now we need to reallocate this 40 from Janelle Ray's challenge. This one was completed on January, I think today's the 19th. Is today the 19th? Yes, January 19th. Okay, so that will go into the completed challenges. We have $40 to reallocate. I don't know if I want to put it into sinking funds. No, let's put it into holidays. You know what I was kind of thinking is that maybe a portion of every single challenge that I finish can go into the 2024, but then maybe not. I don't know. No, let's just put this into here like it needs to. 10, 20, 30, 45. So we have $45 in Easter. This is the only one of my A5 binders that like does not open. It is so stiff. The material is different. So we have $45 in the Easter because we definitely need to be saving towards Easter. Okay, so now let's talk. So let me pull out, I think I have that binder over here. Yes, I do. Okay, so here is my sinking fund binder for travel. What I'm thinking is I create a second collab pay binder. So we have the Japan collab pay binder, and in here, basically for right now, all of these will still go to Japan, with the exception of, obviously the Disneyland challenge or scratch off, that's going towards passes. We already know that. This is going towards flights. We already know that. And then passports, which we're planning on going and getting their passports next weekend. The only day my husband is off that they're open is on Thursdays, because otherwise he's off on weekends and Friday, and they're closed on Fridays. Which is really hard for him because he doesn't get off until 7 in the morning, and he would basically have to stay awake. He gets off 7 in the morning on Thursday. He would basically have to stay awake, and we'd have to go straight over there. So that poor man is going to be so tired. But that's the only reason we haven't gotten their passports. If he didn't have to be present, I would have taken the kids months ago to get their passports. But it's a headache. Anyways, we would still have the Japan binder. Everything would still be going into a high yield toward Japan. And then maybe I cash stuff this one once a month with not as much money. Like I slow down cash stuffing that one. And in the meantime, I will create a second collab pay binder, and it will have the challenges in it will be like one for flights, one for Disney, one for like road trips. Basically, there will be one challenge in there for each one of my sinking funds, because these are my goals this year. And so by cash stuffing all of my money towards Japan, I'm not hitting any of my goals. You know, I need to have, my goals are to have, let me pull up my goals sheet. I want $1,500 in flights. So basically I would always have a challenge in that binder for flights. I want to have $1,000 in towards hotel. I would have some kind of challenge in there for hotel. Gas, I want $1,000. I already have $1,000 in gas because we did the road trip savings challenge. I want to have $1,000 towards tickets. Basically, I would have a challenge in there towards tickets. Food, I want to have $1,000. I'd have a challenge in there for food. Souvenirs, I want to have $500 towards souvenirs. I would have a challenge in there for that. Disney, I want to have $5,000, which I actually need to up Disney to $6,500 because the passes are more. They increase the price. And then I'd like to have ones in here for like if we decide to take a Disney cruise, if we decide to go to Disney, because the $6,500 is just for our passes. That's not for anything else. So then I need to have one for like spending money and that kind of stuff. So basically that's what this would be for. Maybe have some money in there for Legoland, have some money in there for Universal, have some money for, going to baseball games, have some money in there for going to the beach, that kind of stuff. So basically, it would be an overall travel binder because each challenge would be going towards a different type of thing that we like to do that's travel related. So this whole idea came from, I think it was Kristen Hammond, I believe. She commented on my video and she said, you could do a Pixar Cars one towards your car because you've been talking about wanting to get a new car. And I was like, actually, and basically the idea just spiraled from there. So I think that is going to be the solution for now. That way we're not having to touch this Japan money because I didn't feel good about any of the options as far as like taking the money from Japan and putting it in a high yield towards something else, because then that's something else I'm not getting the cash stuff for it, and I enjoy doing that. That's the whole point. But I also didn't feel good about taking the money out of here and re-cash stuffing it, because then it was like I didn't save any additional money. It's money I've already saved. Plus, either way I do though, if I were to do that either way by taking the money from Japan, then when I go to save towards Japan, I would be redoing all of the same challenges. And it's not fun doing the same challenges over and over and over again. And these challenges are very specific to Japan, so when I go to save for Japan, I would want to do these ones because there's not a whole lot of Japan challenges out there. But that is my plan. I'm very happy with this idea so far. Obviously, the thing about cash stuffing is that plans change. So for right now, I think this is the best solution. It kind of doesn't go against my two concerns with Japan. It still solves my concern with where do I put this money when I have these needs. This one is still going to get cash stuff. Like, I'm really, really enjoying it. Plus, that binder would kind of replace the paycheck videos. So rather than doing paycheck and planner, I would be doing the new collab pay binder. And then instead of doing the budgeting video, I think what I'm going to start doing is a weekly transfer of funds, which is, I did not get this, I did not create this term. This came from Thriving in Chaos. She is also the one that recommended Casey Lee for the stickers, so I have to give credit where credit is due. But she does what she calls WTF Wednesday. It's her weekly transfer of funds, and that's where she writes down all of her transactions. And then she does what she calls the Save the Change challenge. So all of the change, because she rounds up every purchase the way that I'm doing, except mine is going towards my credit card. Hers is to build up her buffer. And so I also got that idea from her as well. I really think that it's brilliant. She's very knowledgeable. If you need any help with budgeting and that kind of thing, I highly recommend her channel. I've learned so much from her over the last 2 years. But basically, instead of doing a planner budget kind of video for paycheck, I would do this. Like, we would go over my transactions, we would round up the amounts, we'd figure out how much is going towards credit card, we'd pull all of the money and so that I can make that payment, etc., etc. And that will also help hold me accountable and make sure that I'm not overspending. So that is that. I would still do some budgeting videos, but maybe just not for paycheck, since, like I said, it's the same thing all the time. Also, look at how cute my little, I bought myself some magnetic bookmarks finally, and I'm obsessed with them. I absolutely love them. They came in this, huge pack. I don't remember how much they were, but they're linked to my Amazon storefront. And yeah, I just love them. So I've got my transaction log bookmarked, and then I will bookmark week number 4. Because I don't have tabs or anything on my planner since it's just regular paper. So it was really sucking having to go through each page trying to find where I was. But yeah, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a little bit of a mess. I talked a lot of things out. Sometimes you just have to talk out loud and bounce ideas off of everyone, because I am not a pro at this. I've only been cash stuffing for a little over a year. Granted, I heavily watched and followed and subscribed to cash stuffers for 2 years, a full year, maybe a full year and a half prior to starting my own cash stuffing journey. But I've only been filming my cash stuffings for a little over a year now. Excuse me. But I'm very happy with the way things are going. I love my new setup is working for me. So yeah, that is it. And I will see you guys back here for my next video, which I don't actually know what it's going to be yet because I have it listed. I'm deciding between, it was supposed to be a collab pay, but I don't want to do another cash stuffing into Japan right now. So I'm thinking the next video you guys are going to see is going to be YouTube pay, because that should come through. So yeah. All right, that is it, and I will see you guys back here for my next one.